Welcome everybody, I'm Amrit.
I'm Ankur.
We are here to represent a very innovative product from Crusaders Technologies known as Air Purifier. So Ankur, can you tell us why do we need this air purifier?
Surely, Amrit. The first question that most people have is, why do we need an air purifier? So, to explain that, I would just like to say that air purifiers are required because most of the times you're sitting in closed room environments. Now, most people would not believe when I say that closed room environments are having 10 times more polluted air as compared to the outside. The reason for that is the air inside a room gets absolutely contaminated because the same air is getting circulated again and again. People are breathing it, people are exhaling it, then there is absolutely no ventilation. And if it's a tight air conditioned room, the problem becomes even worse. In a closed room environment, dust, pollen, allergens, odors, all these problems are very much prevalent. Any person entering the room is always entering with a lot of contaminants. And once he comes in, they all settle down in the room. Even if he goes out, the contaminants still stay. And you are continuously breathing the same air. Yeah. So this air purifier basically takes care of all these things with its 9-stage filtration system.
Okay, what is the technology being used in this Crusaders air purifier?
Very nice question. Now, if you can come closer and see that we've got a touch panel over here. We've got the flow button having 5-speed flow. So the motor is a 5-stage motor inside.
So we can change the speeds.
Absolutely right. And this is the power button. You can have the clean monitor and the odor, dust, allergen sensor is inbuilt inside.
Okay, so does it shows you that what kind of pollution is there and there through these lights? Or
Absolutely. When the air is being sucked in, these lights will blink if it's finding any odor or any dust or any allergen. Okay. This is a timer button so that you can set the auto shut off mode in 1 hour, 2 hour and 8 hours. This over here is 2 buttons for clean metal grid and replace filter. Once we open the filters, I'll explain as to what these buttons will be useful for.
Okay.
Now, our customers can see over here, it's got 4 inlets for the air to come in. So this way it completely takes the entire air of the room through these 4 areas. Once we move this outer cover, we can see the first filter that we come across is the pre-filter. Now we would like our customers to see that this pre-filter is exactly the same that we use in our air conditioners. So this can be easily washed.
Okay.
It's a plastic, you can feel it. The second filter that we come across is the latest and the most unique point of this air purifier.
Okay.
This is neoplasma or the electrostatic filter. As you can see over here, these are thin wires.
Okay, what does these wires do? These are very thin wires here.
Yeah, they are electronically charged wires having current flowing through them. So because of the metal plates on the back side, it creates an electromagnetic flux through which when the air is passing, it collects statically all your fine dust particles, pollens, allergens, those minute things which otherwise are the major cause for allergies and asthma. Now this can also be easily cleaned. You can open this from here, remove these metal plates and then just wash it, dry it and place it back. The third filter that we come across over here, this black filter, is the carbon filter or activated carbon filter. It is having proper charcoal granules. If you can listen to this small particles of charcoal, they can absorb as well as neutralize any foul smell or any fragrance for that matter. So odors will be taken care by this filter. In fact, it can also absorb the smoke. I mean, it can reduce the air of any smoke particles, any carbon particles. And the first 2 filters that I told you are very, very good for those carbon particles which are floating in the air, because the
Yeah.
smoke is that ash and everything that is generated in the air.
Okay.
Now, the fourth filter as a combination of this is the HEPA. Now, as you can see, the HEPA,
Yeah.
it's a complete white filter, and it's a recommended filter by the US Homeland Security Department, and it's one filter used in NASA application as well, and it is the only filter available.
Is this a HEPA true filter or a HEPA-like?
No, it's a completely true filter. There is no HEPA-like filter being used with the Crusaders air purifier. So this can absorb bacteria or viruses, dust mites, molds, up to 0.3 micron levels.
That means all kind of allergens are being captured by this HEPA
Absolutely,
filter.
absolutely. Now,
Okay.
HEPA is only meant for capturing or absorbing these bacteria, viruses, dust mites, molds, anything prevalent in the air. But you need still something to really sanitize the HEPA so that the regeneration is prevented.
The maintenance of this filter, this is also to be cleaned or washed or what?
No, this is the only replaceable unit of this air purifier, and it has to be replaced after 2 years. It's got a very good life.
Okay.
And one of the major reasons for that is that our HEPA, which is the only replaceable part because it will get clogged easily after a while, is placed at 4th position.
Okay.
Now, the 4th filter was HEPA, 5th is the titanium dioxide or the TiO2. This filter is having a chemical coating of titanium dioxide.
Okay.
Now, titanium dioxide is a catalyst. The moment it finds a UV light, as you can see over here, there's a UV source, a
Yeah.
UV tube.
This is a tube.
Yes. The moment the air purifier is on, this UV tube will be on and it will be producing a light source.
Okay.
So the moment a light source is reflected onto this filter, it induces a forward reaction.
Okay.
The forward reaction is useful for sanitizing anything captured in the HEPA filter. So HEPA will capture bacteria, viruses. UV with the help of TiO2 will induce a photocatalytic reaction.
Okay.
The photocatalytic reaction will do 3 effects. One is deodorization, one is sanitization,
Okay.
and one is neutralization. That means it will completely sanitize the bacteria, viruses.
Okay, that means the bacteria and viruses being captured by HEPA filter
Will be
are
completely
killed with the
sanitized.
help of this reaction.
Absolutely. The other effect will be of countering heavier smoke and heavier odors like paint smells or those pungent smells of chemicals. Moving on, the UV light will create a sheen of radiation of about 1 centimeter or 10 millimeter. Now, after these 5 layers, when the air is passing inside, UV light will completely sanitize any living organism prevalent in the air even after these 5 filtration systems, if there be.
Okay.
Now, after the air goes inside, it is being thrown upwards.
Okay. So there is this is some fan or something over
Yeah,
there.
this is an antibacterial motor inside. So basically, the fan is pulling the air, sucking the air inside, and the fresh air thereafter is being thrown
thrown
upwards.
out with the help of the same fan.
Yes, it's an antibacterial fan.
Okay.
So let's place all these filters back so that we can switch on the air purifier and show a live demo of this. It's very easy to place these filters back, you know.
Yeah,
There
I
is
think even I can do it.
Yeah, there's
It's very
absolutely.
easy.
There we go. Just place this from the top. So now we can just power on the device and we can adjust the flow. In fact, we can use the remote control that comes along with this unit.
Does this blue light also indicate something?
Yes, Amrit, as we can see over here, it is indicating an iron UV.
Okay.
That means our UV light, unit
It's
is on,
working
the unit is
properly.
on, so UV light is on, and the negative ionizer is also on. Now, I would like to bring to notice what the negative ionizer does.
Okay.
Now, if we can just rotate this backwards, that is an electronic circuit which is producing negative ions. Now, what are negative ions? Negative ions are O minus charge, which is also there, in the outside air. Now, what happens when we are sitting in a closed room is that we feel a lot of headache, or we feel irritated or frustrated after, say, about 4 hours continuously sitting on one point or one position. The person feels like getting out of that room because he's feeling that so-called humus.
Yeah, because there is no proper ventilation, and these
Yes.
days we are using a number of electronic equipments, etc.
Exactly.
inside the room.
So electronic equipments induce a lot of positive ions and thereby decreasing the negative ions and the charge imbalances created. Now, negative ions also take care of our white blood cell regeneration, thereby increasing our immunity and thereby, increasing our metabolism rate, so the food is getting digested faster, and we're having a very high concentration level. The mental energy is very high. So overall, a good feel factor is because of the negative ionizer. So this air purifier is having a complete purification system plus negative ionizer. So this is an all in all a complete package. Now, moving on, I'll just like to show you a small demonstration so that one can see how this clean monitor reacts and how this speed automatically adjusts itself. We'll have this, small scent.
Okay.
We'll light it up so that, the air purifier can sense automatically. Now you can see it's automatically gone from green to red, and the
Yeah.
speed has gone from auto to medium. Now this has found odor. This does not have that much of dust content, so obviously the allergen part is something or the other will definitely come up. The odor has gone up, and it's gone from green to red, and the speed has gone up. Basically, now what's happening is it's completely absorbing that smoke and smell and everything, and now it will start the cleaning process automatically. Now, this is our sensor cabinet.
Okay.
This is the sensor.
That means this is working as an intelligent nose.
Yes, it is working as the intelligent nose. Now, what happens is when the air is going inside, the air is also going through this, and it is having that electric film which can actually tell the unit if it's found any kind of a contaminant like odor, dust, allergen, and automatically the control panel has the speed adjustment, and this is the sensor which will basically tell you when to clean the metal grid or when to replace the filter. So it is having a complete knowledge of this particular unit. So now most people generally are not aware of this, but the arrangement of filters play a very vital role. See, the pre-filter is required to increase the life of the other filters that follow, because the pre-filter as such is washable, as I told you earlier.
Yeah, so it's reusable number.
It's reusable. It's absolutely having no life issues as such.
Okay.
Now, the plasma filter is a unique technology as discussed earlier. So this is not available with any other air purifier. Two filters which are washable, and both for dust collection and allergens and those ash particles, carbon particles, increasing the life of these two filters
Which are replaceable.
which are replaceable and which follow. Now, when it comes to the arrangement, the carbon filter should come before the HEPA. Why? Because this will take care of your smoke and this will take care of your odor. Now, if HEPA is in front of carbon, let's say if it was this way, then HEPA will get clogged much faster. HEPA is at number 4, so obviously the life of HEPA is more. Then also, HEPA is in direct contact with the TiO2 and the UV. So thereby, the sanitization effect is on the HEPA, and that is what is required. Okay. Now, most other companies, I'm sure, use UV in front of TiO2. Now, the concept of these two filters is that the light source will create a forward reaction on TiO2 and that will induce a forward reaction on the HEPA. Now, if this was behind the UV, so the light source will create a reaction backward and this will create a forward reaction on the motor, which is of absolutely no use because this needs to be sanitizing the HEPA.
Yes.
So these arrangements are very, very, very important. So Amrit, any other questions you have for me?
Yes, Ankur, I would like to know one more thing, that how is this air purifier better than the other air purifiers?
Surely. See, as I've explained all the filtration systems and we've gone in depth of everything about the
Arrangement of
panel and
systems.
arrangement. Now, number one, nobody is really giving you all these technologies in one air purifier, be it pre-filter, plasma, carbon, HEPA, TiO2, UV, ionization. All this in one, nobody is giving. People don't understand what air purifier really constitutes of. Some people, in general, I mean, just have a HEPA in an air purifier and they think that that's sufficient enough. But HEPA in general is not sufficient because those allergens and pet dander and other things, like odor, that will not be taken care by HEPA alone. And then just a HEPA will not be sufficient because you need something to sanitize it. And just having an electrostatic plasma filter is not good enough. And most units you will find do not even have HEPA, do not even have the plasma, do not even have UV, and they are just there. And they are being termed as the air purifiers of today. And I'm very, very amused when I see those kind of air purifiers being sold in the market, that why the customer is going for that. But the problem over here is that this technology or this concept of air purification is still pretty relatively new, and the customer is not very aware as to what constitutes a good air purifier. So I'm sure by watching this video, our customers will now be aware of how to avoid getting a bad air purifier. Our basic objective is to make the customer aware as to what is a good air purifier.
Okay. And how much area does this unit cover, Ankur?
Yes, this covers 70 square meters. This is the biggest model, the automatic model that we have over here. We've got another model as well, which is covering an area of about 40 square meter. So this is having 70 square meter capacity effectively. That is around 700 square feet of floor area. More than 700 square feet of floor area. Height being pretty much constant at about 13-14 feet. So altogether, it can take a very big, large room.
Okay. One more concern, Ankur. What about the electricity consumption?
Very, very low. In fact, that's the best part about this machine. This is not constituting, this is not consuming a very high wattage at all. It's taking about, at the maximum speed as well, it's taking only about 60 watt of your electricity. So the electricity bill is not a problem at all. And you can be rest assured that it is coming at a very low maintenance. There is absolutely zero maintenance for the 2 years.
Yeah, and the cleaning is very
Cleaning
easy.
is very easy.
Very easy. So that is actually a very good product, Ankur. Thanks a lot for explaining us such a nice concept and also educating us about the indoor air pollution, which most of us, I think, are unaware of. Thank you so much.
Thank you.